Hello and welcome to the Data Break Podcast, episode 64 for the week of September 12th, 2016. I'm your host, James Lee. With me today, we have Ravenstorm and James.
Hi there.
And Taylor Kelsey.
Hello.
Hey, Taylor. Max isn't in right now. He is unavailable today. But we do have Taylor today. So
Yeah.
that's nice. How have you been, Taylor?
I've been really good. I'm gearing up because I'm moving to Santa Barbara on
This
Saturday.
week, right? Yeah. All the quarter systems, the universities are moving in.
I've had the longest summer of my life. I got out at like May 15th and I'm starting school September 22nd.
Came out on top.
Like a third of the year I've been working and doing nothing.
I mean, that's work. That works, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you want that. Yeah, my sister's moving into college this weekend as well, so I'm going to go help her out.
Where's she going?
It's UC Davis, actually.
All right, that's not too bad of a drive.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. So then my brother and I are just going to come down, help her out, get her everything she needs as college veterans that we are.
See, it's funny you said come down even though you're going north.
I know.
As for Sacramento, we're like technically not the most north part of California, but it feels like everything is below us. Even like San Francisco is technically a little bit south.
Yeah. What was that, Ravenstorm?
No, I was just gonna say everything. You always drive down to wherever you're going.
It's
you
true.
Drive down to the corner store. That doesn't mean the corner store is below you.
I'm sure
also,
someone from the
right way up on the globe.
I'm sure someone from Tallahassee, Florida. Is that a low city in Florida? I don't know. But I'm gonna go with it.
No. Wait, hold on. Tallahassee?
What am I saying?
It's one of the key islands, probably.
What's the name of that? I'm pretty sure Tallahassee is a thing in Florida. Am I making myself look like an idiot?
Well, you know what's
I am
further?
not. It's in Florida.
Do you know what's
I thought that
more?
was pretty northward.
Well,
Yeah, maybe it is.
Maybe
But
compared to Hawaii.
I got the state right, so I'm feeling good anyway. All right, Miami.
Good.
How about that?
Hawaii.
People in Miami
Hawaii.
don't say we're not driving down the places if they're Miami.
That's true.
But okay, I admit that.
Also, Hawaii. Hawaii is also the most southern
How many
state.
Miami people do you know, Taylor?
Will Smith. He welcomed
okay.
me there.
Dude. Welcome to Miami.
How does that? Do you have a story for that?
It's a song.
Oh.
Welcome to Miami.
Oh, I see. I don't know if you guys could hear me. Can you guys hear me?
No, we haven't been listening.
Ravenstorm is far away from his microphone, though.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyways, with introductions out of the way, I guess we'd move on to just this week's topics. Although, I mean, we're kind of short on topics this week since we only podcasted last week. But I do want to talk about, and it's another year, another time of year where everyone cares about technology just for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I even watched this press conference.
You watched the press conference? I didn't
did.
watch the press conference. Okay, so
Not all
iPhone
of it.
7 and Apple stuff in general. Okay, major highlights. Obviously, no headphone jack.
Well, that's a low
camera.
light.
That's a low light. Camera, I mean, it got that new dark color that's shiny and a fingerprint magnet. It's faster.
Dark color that Sony has been doing for
Ever. Well, yeah.
new dark color is called blue something.
It's the newest color. We've designed a new color.
Design a new color.
We call it black.
It's even yeah, it's even the like glossy black, which they had before on the 3GS or whatever. Like, I don't know who they're fooling, but I guess it looks great in person. But I don't know how they're gonna get fingerprints off of that thing, because
You know how there's the cult of Apple where everyone says, "Oh, Apple can convince anyone to buy anything."
yeah,
I watched that press conference and it made me. They convinced me for like just enough time. It was like, yeah, maybe I don't need a headphone port until you think for like half a second. But when you're watching them, they're really fucking good at selling it to you. It was through the whole port where the point where they're talking about the Plus with the 2 cameras.
right.
Like all the different photographers saying, "Oh, this is great. Everyone should have. Every photographer needs this in the repertoire." And but it's also so easy. Look, we just took these pictures. That was easy. And my brain's like, I could be a photographer until you know that you can't be a photographer. But during this, I get fully convinced. Like maybe I should get this phone because I could be a photographer. And then I'm like, I don't take pictures. What the fuck am I talking about?
Actually, that's kind of terrifying that like someone could just, like I wonder how much work goes into those presentations. Like I bet they have like psychologists up and down like and like advertisers, guys everywhere, just like trying to figure out this is the perfect angle to present the iPhone at. This is the
rewatched
order
all
in
the
which.
old Apple reveals with Steve Jobs, and then just took the best parts.
Well, no,
Probably
no,
the only reason they hired Johnny Ives is because his voice could just like his voice over a montage of pretty images just really could sell anyone anything.
yeah. You know, you know what the thing. Steve Jobs had like a different approach to the Apple events, where if you like, there's like a little like post like event survey that you take, and then like people rate it on a scale of like 1 to 10, right? On like, or no, 1 to 3, do they like it? And like if they 3 is being the highest, 1 being they didn't like it at all, and then if it's anything other than a 3, Steve Jobs comes up personally to you and just like whacks you with like a cricket bat until you like it. Anyways, but like, I mean, to, you know, headphone enthusiasts, it definitely feels like you're getting whacked with a cricket bat. You know, like, I mean, do any of you guys own Bluetooth headphones at all?
No.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
cords are good. I don't have to charge my headphones on top of charging my phone. So, you know, I like less things to deal with.
Yeah. No, I understand how you feel.
Their whole pitch was like wireless future, but then you have to have a different wire to get your headphones. So it's, I don't know.
The adapter's
They
a
did.
cop
They did
out.
not do it. Adapter's
Until
super much.
they
Is super cop out.
make everything just like induction charging, and you throw it all in a bowl. And it all charges for
The
you,
Apple Bowl?
then-
The Apple Bowl?
Yeah. Fruit bowl.
The fruit bowl. Fruit bowl.
Honestly, during that, I was thinking about this during the presentation. If they said, "Hey, we're taking the headphone thing out, but it doesn't matter because you can charge your phone at the same time as listening to music because you put it in your Apple Bowl or whatever, like any of the like the charge mats." If they
Yeah.
announced that there, then it would make a little more sense. But that's like pretty. That technology's been around for a long time. I
they
guess
don't
maybe
they don't even have wireless charging, right, on the iPhone 7?
no, as far as I know. But I'm saying they should have if they're really trying to actually convince us about that, the wireless future, and that solves the problem of charging while listening to music.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I own a pair of wireless earbuds. I have like some Jaybirds. They sound pretty good, actually. I mean,
How much did yours cost?
so I got mine on sale for like $70. I want to say 70.
What were they like originally? Because I don't actually know much about the wireless headphone market
yeah.
to know if 150 is insane or not. But it
So
feels
yeah,
insane.
yeah. 150s. So good. Like I've never purchased a pair of headphones over $100. No, $120. And like even the $120 ones that I have, they're like, I don't even like them that much, to be honest. I actually really like the $70 ones that I'm using right now, the Sennheisers, and then I have the wireless ones that are on sale. The ones, the Jaybirds 2, they started at like 140, I think, but I got them on sale for like half off. And that's
Okay. And they're like pretty good quality.
yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of weird as life goes on. Like I used to be really like on it about like audio quality and like having the very best of everything, right? And like as I've gotten older and just more busy or something, I'm just like, I don't care. I just need to be more convenient, and like I just want you know, it just needs to be good enough, and I want the convenience. So to me, and as like an audiophile, like I think it's good enough for like
Okay.
I don't, if I'm going to be listening to, like if I'm going to be listening to music, like listening, I probably would rather plug in my real headphones. But you know, if I'm on the bus and listening to a podcast, or I'm running, which is when I generally listen to music, then that's fine by me. And like the thing is that when I'm not doing that, I'm at home, and when I'm at home, I'm on my computer listening to music through my, you know, nice sound card and stuff like that, or I'm listening through my surround sound system in my home theater. Home theater is like kind of it's just my TV and a big sound system. It's like
It's just if you learned anything from Apple, it's what it is. Whatever you call it is what it is.
yeah.
You know, it doesn't have. You can call it a home theater, and everyone will say, "Oh, it's a home theater." If you gotta sell it differently, James.
Yeah, I know. I'm not Johnny Ives. My voice isn't luxurious enough. I'm sorry. But honestly, I could. one of the good things about Apple is that they've always like sort of tried to push innovation, right? And like sometimes you just have to force it. Like people aren't going to like change, and yet they eventually do change. I mean, remember all the bitching about when they adopted the new headphone jack or the new Lightning port?
Yeah.
We're like, oh man, I gotta get adapters and everything, and that went pretty smooth.
That was but that was all. The thing is, okay. This is why that went pretty smooth, is because that's proprietary technology. And
But they have no choice.
The old charger was proprietary technology too. In the case of, I'm going to say Samsung, because I know that Samsung phones do this. I don't know what other manufacturers do this, but Samsung came out with this jack that like they have a special plug for. It's not used now. I'm pretty sure they're using USB Type C now.
So yeah, I could elaborate on this because I'm a little bit more familiar. It's the Samsung Galaxy S5, I think. It was micro USB, but it had a little extension on it that was a little wider that you could use. And the way they implemented it was pretty good, but it was still kind of dumb. So like you could use whatever micro USB port you wanted, like micro USB cable you wanted, on the phone, and that's fine. But if you wanted to charge extra fast or something, you'd have to get the wider cable. And it was compatible with both, so that it was okay, except when your phone didn't have the Samsung port, and then your friend only had the Samsung cable, and then but that only lasted one generation before Samsung kind of went back. So yeah.
Right.
Also, the Lightning port was technically better because it was reversible. I know a lot of people like that. And I think Mossberg, I believe, he's one of the writers for, I think, The Verge, and he's like a big tech journalist, whatever we want to call him. When the rumors of a headphone jackless iPhone first came out, he wrote an article saying, "Sure, you could get rid of the headphone jack, but you have to replace it with something better, right?"
Yeah, the selling point is we're taking a thing away. It's not anything anyone's going to ever buy unless you say, but we're also doing this.
So I think you need it if you're going to replace it with something better. The thing is though, high-end headphones still run on 3.5 millimeter jacks. Like some of the best headphones out there like run 3.5 millimeter jacks. You can't get much better in terms of audio quality. Now, if there was like some way that Apple could say, okay, we're going to introduce Apple wireless Bluetooth, right? It's better than regular Bluetooth or something. And that's better. I don't know if they actually did this, by the way. They might have done this actually. But like if they had like their own way of implementing wireless that was easy and like high quality, then maybe you have an argument there.
I do think that the headphones don't use Bluetooth. I think it's some
proprietary thing.
Yeah.
I think it might be interesting if they to appease sound geeks. I'm not sure how the new earpods work. How are they just independent? Are they just a little earbud?
So they're wireless earbuds, right? And there's no cable attaching them, so it's like if you could just use one without the other, and you just put them on, and then that's it. Apparently pairing is supposed to be very simple, but I'm not sure about that. And then when you're done using them, you put them in a little case, and the case is a battery that charges the headphones.
Okay, so if they put a wireless sound amplifier and a headphone jack onto the case, that would be rad.
Oh, I understand what you mean.
Like like a FiO amp or something. Like
yeah.
A small boost for your sound source so that you can plug in your high-end headphones. So I could plug in my studio monitors and it would sound fine.
Well,
that would be rad.
Yeah, that is cool. Actually, I know the guy. There's some people who make those little USB DACs, like those little sound cards, little USB sound cards. They do make converters where you could plug in the Lightning port into the iPhone, and then there's like a USB port on the other side, and then you plug in the DAC to the USB port, and then you have your. I mean, it's janky as hell, but I mean, hey, that's what you're doing with the new iPhone, with the new the new adapter with the Lightning port, right? Like you're still using an adapter, so might as well go all the way and get like 3 adapters on top of each other.
I don't know about that. I think that all in all, this is okay. Like, it doesn't upset me because I have my phone with its 3.5 millimeter jack.
It's
and
not
I'm
relevant to
obliged
you.
to update. Yeah. So, but at the same time, assuming that the ghost of Steve Jobs visits me in the night and steals my OnePlus 3 and replaces it with an iPhone 7, hopefully iPhone 7 Plus, I will still have that to control my Spotify, which I use through my receiver. So, like, listening at home is absolutely no problem, no matter what I have.
Right.
And then listening out and about would only be slightly more difficult. And as soon as the rest of the industry catches up, it's not going to be an issue anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like it goes back to what I was saying before, where like you just kind of have to force people to go on. And honestly, wireless, the convenience of wireless is better. I love using my wireless headphones because it's just so freaking convenient. I just take them out and put them on, and I don't have to deal with plugging it in or anything like that, and I don't have to deal with wires. I know it's kind of petty to say, but like the wire, like
I've never had an issue with the wire. You put it behind your shirt and it's in your pocket. Like
Wire
there's no.
noise is annoying.
like cable, like plugging it in is like I know it sounds super petty, but like for example, like walking around and not having to bring your phone with you and still listening to music, I think is pretty cool. Like
What's the
I
range?
really like I mean I could leave my headphones in my bedroom and then go in the kitchen and like cook and then listen to music while cooking with wireless headphones on.
Okay.
So like I want to say 10, 15 feet probably,
All right.
if not
There's
more.
not many times in my life where I walk away 15 feet from my phone.
Right. I mean, you have wireless wireless headset though, don't you?
I do,
And how did
but
I mean?
I don't use the wireless part of it really
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. Then.
anymore. I've got it because I thought I was going to, but I've stopped doing that because in an effort to, just actually make decisions about what I'm doing. It's like I'm not just gonna have headphones on with shit blasting in my ears all the time. I'm gonna actually decide when I want to listen to things.
Being very deliberate now, are we?
Yes.
That I think is another thing that plays into this. You only need a headphone jack if you're listening to music all the time. All the time. And the reality is that most people don't care about the quality of their headphones. I see more people walking around with stock earbuds than anything else.
Those are actually pretty decent though.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Like-
I'm sure the Apple stock earbuds are decent, but like
Yeah.
the ones you get with other phones don't tend to be as good.
Hmm.
Right.
But I mean like they use whatever they're given. Is
Mhm.
the point. And that if they're given AirPods, they'll use AirPods.
But the AirPods
No
cost
question.
$150.
yeah.
Oh,
they're-
additionally, they don't come with it.
no, they don't.
Oh my goodness, that is absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I honestly I would not pay
my
for those
goodness.
AirPods.
So,
Those look
so it's the 1-2 punch of people being really pissed at. It's like, so we took away your headphones, and here's some new ones, just 150 plus on top of the already expensive phone.
Or you could
That's
use,
what
or you
fucks
could
people
use
up.
the shitty, adapter. I mean, they do come
The
with
adapter comes in the box,
the adapter
but it's
comes with
still
the box.
just like cord adapter to adapter to adapter. You've seen plenty of pictures online of like just 8 adapters plugged into another
Right.
phone.
Actually, what I really hate about the AirPods is the design, just the way like they kind of stick down. And I know why they did it. I'm sure Apple's engineers tried their very hardest. Like I'm sure they were losing so much sleep over the design of these headphones. Like
They should have lost more sleep.
no, I guarantee you, if this was released in Steve Jobs's reign, he would have like looked at those engineers and fired their entire team, and like almost every engineer in Apple.
Which I mean,
Steve Jobs would have
concerning what?
The
Considering
earpod,
that-
the
the
yeah,
AirPods.
No,
Their
that's
AirPods.
a bad idea. I'm sorry.
Look, like because for what he was, Steve Jobs made no compromises, right? Unless it looked exactly like the earpods, and then like they just fit in your ear, and then there's nothing sticking out. Steve Jobs would not have accepted that.
yeah.
This looks dumb. Like have you seen the people wearing it? There's like a guy with like a wider face wearing them, and then like he looks like a freaking Smurf because like the little stems of the earpods are like sticking out.
Honestly, I thought when I first saw the iPod headphones, the white Apple headphones that have become so iconic, I thought they looked stupid. I thought nothing said "mug me" like those headphones. Like, come on, it's like it's loud, and you don't need that. You don't need the white. And I think that this and people with Bluetooth headsets, I used to think, oh, that looks stupid, because it does look stupid.
But what if you could have a Bluetooth on each ear and it was bright white?
Yeah. So this just it epitomizes the dickery that
Yeah.
The dickery.
sort of accustomed to.
So like I've noticed that in wireless earbuds, like you have like two options. Either you design out to fit the battery, right? So like they go outwards, right, to your left and right, or they do what Apple did and then they design down where they point down, the batteries point down with a little stem. Both of them don't look great. I prefer the ones going out left and right because
What if they had a battery behind your ear like it was hearing aids? So it could like up to 30 hours charge if you put hearing aids on.
You know, but the thing is, like, is that so bad? As long as they had microphones that could like beam sound through from the outside, or
Oh yes,
even
never take them off.
noise canceling. Yeah, yeah. Why would you have to? Why'd you have to?
It's the first step toward Deus Ex future.
Bionics. Okay, so let's talk about this. In our lifetime, okay, we will all most likely have bionics at some point.
probably, yeah. I mean,
That's just kind of the way it's going.
As long as it's
like-
vinylonics, then I'll probably have it. Retrofit.
I only use analog prosthetics.
That's just, we have fucking peg leg. Is that what that is?
Oh my goodness.
Peg leg with the needle so you can play records on the bottom of it.
Oh my god.
And you have to spin it around the record at 33 rotations per minute
Like you have a crank, right?
for your leg.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's not bad. I mean, I guess what do hip replacements? They're technically just one piece, right? Those are technically analog.
Let's hope. Okay, that's not what I mean by bionics. Let's not go there.
Hip replacement bionics.
You know, are you saying that we're all going to
Are
become?
glasses bionics? Are contact lenses
Yeah,
bionics?
okay, no.
That's
okay.
a good one, actually.
No,
That's a
they
good one.
aren't. But they have a lens replacement now for people with glaucoma or whatever. Cataract. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Cataract sufferers. That gives you 60/20 vision, so 3 times the sharpness of normal human vision.
Oh man,
That's bionics.
I'd be down for some like extra sharp eyes. Let me tell
Oh,
you.
totally. I want Falcon zoom on my eyes.
I don't. Maybe not Falcon zoom. That'd be kind of disorienting, just like zooming in and zooming out everywhere you go.
But you get used to it.
Maybe.
You realize how messy your vision is now? Like you have about, I think it's about either 7 or 9 megapixels of information.
3D's
coming
hard,
from your
dude.
eyes.
3D's hard.
And it's
3D's
mostly it's mostly in your head. Like
It's all in your head. No, like I could see people getting like vision implants to just and like just like prolonging their lives. Like what else? I mean, hearing aids. I mean, those are like bionics, right?
Yep.
Hearing
Those
better.
are bionics, but it would have to be able to take the base healthy human performance
And make it better. It's an improvement, a net improvement, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I would love to hear better.
So
Maybe not more
so let's-
sensitive, but more hear better.
Right.
More clarity, less sensitivity.
I think it would be cool. I think they have something like this now, where you can use these little Bluetooth things you put in your ears and links to an app, and you can like tune out certain frequencies that you don't want to hear.
What else? Teeth. I'd be down just like replacing all my teeth. Teeth suck.
That sounds really like a bad process, but at the same time, it's
Well, after everything's said and done, I mean, it's like getting braces, right? Or getting your
like getting jaw surgery.
sure, yeah. I mean, hey, I remember I got my wisdom teeth removed, and my parents decided to go like on vacation, so like they got to go like visit places, went to San Francisco while I was at home, and like recovering from getting my wisdom teeth removed. All I did was play Lego Universe. That's all I did. I grinded so hard, dude. I got like the best weapons in that game. But
So hard.
dude, that game was great. I'll never stop defending it. But I think teeth, nose. I don't know if I want to smell better. I don't know if I want to smell everything.
I don't. I definitely don't. I don't
But
think
like,
that's something that'll be.
I mean, I think we're going through like I mean, the pattern here is that we're like enhancing our senses is like a really important thing.
It would be cool to have. Okay, so you know.
Oh, you know what?
These little things they put little magnets in your fingers so you can feel electromagnetism.
Right.
Electromagnetism. I think that's pretty cool. I want one of those.
You know what? I'm just gonna take the Apple route, right, and remove my thumbs. I'll go the Apple route and remove my thumbs.
Thumbless future.
And then I'll have wireless thumbs instead. How about that? How about that?
Wireless thumbs.
No.
How? Just give us a rundown of how this will improve the life of the average consumer. The wireless
thumbs.
Of course, it frees you from the clumsy wires that are normally associated.
Yeah, I know. It frees you from your thumbs, right? Yeah, right. So wireless thumbs, right? And then what the ad would be a hand with 4 fingers, right? That up, and it says, "Imagine life in 4D." In 4D.
Digits? Is that what that is?
Yeah, 4 digits, 4 dimensions.
Wow, that's 4 deep. 6 me.
4 deep, 5 me.
5 me.
Jesus.
4 deep, 8 me. Yeah, no. So 4, and then it's like 4 is a prettier number. 4 is even. You know, 4 is more precise.
Isn't 4 an unlucky number in a lot of Asian cultures?
It is actually. My mother hates the number 4. My mother hates the number 4. In some countries, they even
4. What?
I don't know. She doesn't like the number 4. I love the number 4. It's such a good number.
Number 4 killed her family when she was young. We don't like to talk about it.
Dude,
yeah.
that's dark.
That's where all my cousins went, I guess. I still have a lot of cousins though, so.
People think that 6 or 7, 8, 9, but there's a secret in there. 8 was actually just 2 4s put together.
Oh
my
a bit
God.
more evil of the 2. Second only to 4 4s. I believe in some Asian countries they even like take out the 4th floor. They call it the 3rd floor or the 5th floor.
Third again.
Is this like the 13 thing that some European cultures do?
Yeah, well, I know. The 1st floor is like the 2nd floor, and the ground floor is the ground floor.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's always annoying. I guess is that why they do it for superstition?
That happened
Probably
to me
not.
today at school. I was looking for a friend of mine. He says I'm in the computer lab on the 1st floor. The 1st floor is what they call the 2nd story of the library.
Of the learning resource
He
center.
meant.
That's lame. That's lame. You know, they should do what my school does. Well, I think all schools do it anyways, or most buildings. Most reasonable places is where the first digit in the building, the room number is the floor. So if you have a room on the 1st floor, the room is like 192. If you have a room on the 2nd floor, it's 292.
Yeah, I like that.
That's how we do it.
That's standard hotel.
Yeah, that's my university. Are you saying my university is a hotel?
Hey,
I mean, is it not?
You know what? No.
It's just as expensive.
Well, there's no vacancy because all the kids are living off campus now.
hotels aren't
It's true,
usually that
okay.
full of Asians, though.
Unless you're
they
in
still
an
are.
Asian country.
Or, you know, like a tourist place. A lot of Asians like to go touristing. But yeah. Any other good augmentations you guys have in mind?
Not getting the iPhone 7 is my current augmentation.
I think maybe eventually I'm just going to have my phone glued to my hand so that it's always there when I look at it, you know?
According to my coworkers, my phone's glued to my eyes.
Oh, you know, I think that's one that I kind of don't really want to have. I don't want to have AR contacts.
I don't want
AR
to have phone glued to my eyes either. It doesn't sound like a great idea.
No.
Seems
I'll
like
have
it's really
sunglasses
short term.
to do that, but sunglasses.
It's like, crap, iPhone 7 came out. Gotta tear these out.
See,
some acetone.
or it's glued to your eyes, but then you can't get to the home button with your fingers, so you just a blank screen. You could never actually turn it on.
That's what.
The worst, like, Twilight Zone
Siri.
2016 reboot. My phone is glued to my eyes. It's the fucking worst shit.
Hey Siri, turn on my phone.
What was that?
I couldn't understand you. Searching for turn on my phone. I was actually considering getting an iPhone really soon. I thought that if the iPhone 7 was actually worth getting, I would get it. And
Get the 6. It's cheap. It's really good.
So actually, do you think I could get away with a 6, or should I get the 6S?
I don't know anything about the
You can
6S,
get
but I've
away
had my
with the
6 and I've had 0 problems with it for 2
And
years.
like battery's good and everything. Everything else is fine, right?
Yeah.
Because I was considering I could sell my phone and like get an iPhone 6S 64 gigabyte for like a net loss of $180.
Do you really like ever run out
Why
of room
do
on your
you-
phone?
Why do
I,
you need-
I I store all my music on my phone.
Okay,
So-
I use Spotify, so I don't download
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I know. I should, but I like my MP3s. I mean, I can't get my dank vaporwave songs off Spotify, so
Yeah.
like,
You can go halfsies. I
Go halfsies,
accidentally
get some.
deleted all my illegally downloaded music, and it was heartbreaking. So I can't ever plug my phone into iTunes again on my computer because it's gonna get rid of all of it.
Let's talk
You're
about
free.
the ethics of music sharing, because I think this is
Spotify or legally downloading it?
Let's actually compare.
bit of
and
both,
contrast
bit of both,
because
bit of both.
Realistically, Spotify doesn't support artists. Like, that's just the way it is.
Well, it's a volume type thing, right? I mean, you're like the idea is to make up your loss on volume, which is easy for things that don't require resources technically.
The way it supports artists is not by streams; it is by getting
Exposure.
easy exposure. Exactly. And
Yeah.
there's plenty of musicians I've never fucking heard of, unless I had Spotify and then I bought the record or went to their show or whatever. So it still has benefit to smaller artists, even if they're not making that much money.
I like tips from
Directly.
smaller artists too. And like this is. I mean, it's not fair to say, but like for bigger artists, it doesn't matter anyways because they're always making bank. But I mean, you should technically. I mean, by virtue, you should be giving them your money regardless.
Give everyone all your money.
It's true.
That sounds difficult.
Very.
You should redistribute.
Well,
all the money
some
equally.
countries tried that.
Currently, Santa Barbara has all my money. It's up to them now.
It's all in your hands.
Artists.
But like you're right. Like so, exposure. It like the music that they that you download is something like that just gets you hyped for the physical record or their concerts. That's where the money is, I guess.
That's where it's always been. Is touring is where all the money has
Yeah.
always come from.
Yeah, dude, concert tickets, dude, it's
So
so
I
expensive.
suppose that begs the question: if Spotify doesn't support them by money directly, then is it basically the same as an illegal download? Is it basically the same?
It's a bit of a slippery slope. I would say like by giving them like providing a quote unquote official like means of distributing their music.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't look good when you say my music is free. That means that your music is worthless. By saying that you have to go to Spotify and they technically pay me money to give you music. That way you give your music at least some base value.
I see what you're saying.
As far as alternatives go, I like to buy, like for my smaller artists, I do like to buy their songs off of Bandcamp since they have a really fair distribution model. Only hip, like
Your
it's
smaller
kinda,
artists like your Lil Jons and your Lil Waynes.
Are they on Bandcamp?
No, I'm just making because their name's Lil.
Oh,
Little artists.
you were probably coming up with that for like a while.
No,
weren't you?
I was-
I heard you giggling in the background.
It wasn't
You're like,
coming up
why?
with it. It was like, should I say this? But it's like, my brain doesn't say no, so here we go.
It's up to you, Taylor. It's up to you. And like I like I prefer the Bandcamp distribution model, and of course buying physical records. I don't know. I went from trying my hardest to not pay for music to finding the best way to support my artist. Like, oh, I really like this music. I really like this artist. How could I support them the best? Wow. How about this?
Send their kid to college. Pay their mom's hospital bills. That's how you can support it best.
I mean, technically, yes. But like fair distribution models. I mean, and I'll admit though, I don't pay like quote unquote full price for albums when I buy them off Bandcamp. Like, cause it's name your price, right?
I name him Jimmy, and he's free.
Damn it, Taylor! You're here all night, aren't you?
It's been a while. I've got to get this out.
uh, I for like a 10 song album, I paid like $5 as opposed to like the standard 10 or whatever.
Hmm.
I don't know. Speaking of which, though, but although sometimes it's just like there's no other way to buy it. Like I don't own an Apple device, so I can't buy the music that's exclusive on Apple Music, like Frank Ocean's Blonde.
Oh, we can talk about exclusives in terms of that shit, because that's what actually kills me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
like
hate exclusives.
because they're trying to get you to
Subscribe
join
to
their service.
Yeah,
But realistically, unless you're a crazy person, you're gonna subscribe to one service, right?
yeah, no,
So
I mean,
it's just. Were you gonna say something? Like,
no, I mean, like it's the same as like TV, right? It's like, well, it depends because I would love in a way to, well, a lot of people did the free trial for Life of Pablo, right?
yeah, I went to 4chan/Mew and went to a link where someone fucking uploaded.
Give me that,
it.
give me that mega
Yeah, exactly.
mirror. Give me that mega mirror, guys.
But they're like the way if you're going to try and choose a streaming service based off of their exclusives, it's like I think Tidal's gonna have music I like. I think Apple I just kind of opt out of that, and I'm also already bought in the Spotify because I have all my playlists and everything there.
It's mainstream gaming's fault, guys.
Oh yeah, the exclusivity. That's the word.
Exclusivity,
There we go.
yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
That's kind of like mostly gone in terms of video games. So it's interesting that it's being brought
Well,
up, and it's not like the blockbuster. This is everything that it used to be.
right, yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
oh,
no,
cool, we got smaller
Bloodborne?
exclusives, but not like we don't
Call
have
of
your
Duty?
Beyonces.
No, well, I thought
Frank Ocean.
Beyonce. I thought
I don't
Beyonce.
know.
Yeah,
She-
no,
was she
Beyonce
exclusive?
and Frank
Did I get that
Ocean.
right?
I think they were both exclusive.
Yeah,
Like,
to Apple Music.
yeah. By the way, though, like side note, like I was listening to Blonde over the weekend, and
Godlike,
like maybe what?
godlike album.
It's pretty good. But like, I maybe it's confirmation bias, but I definitely felt a vaporwave presence in that album. I was feeling pretty aesthetic. Oh, sorry.
You
Am I
roboted.
roboting?
Can you say that again?
Am I good? Am I good now?
Yes.
I like it might be confirmation bias, but I felt the vaporwave aesthetic in that album.
You are incorrect.
Okay.
There's nothing vaporwave about that.
I think you might be feeling the phantom vaporwave. Just
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Always. It's always with me. The aesthetic is always with
Just
me.
because
Right.
it's somewhat ambient doesn't mean it's vaporwave. There's lots of different types of ambient
Well, like
music.
the mixed up beats felt kind
but
of
was it chopped and
vaporwave.
screwed and slowed down?
No.
Kind
Did it have
of.
an early 90s aesthetic?
I felt marketed to for sure. I'm just kidding.
Felt marketed to. That's about right.
Facebook story, dude. Are you kidding me? Nike? What the hell? Like, what
Don't
the hell
do
are these song
drugs.
titles?
Fucking Dare paying. Dare's paying Frank Ocean's mom now? What is this bullshit?
This is the real problem. Advertising and
Here to
music.
not do drugs.
Fucking Nike shills all up in here. Beats shills, Apple shills, everywhere. Just shills all the way down in this. Like, look. Yeah, no, I'm not even joking though. Like, Nike's is the name of a song. Facebook
It's the
Story is
worst
the name of a
song,
song.
so I think
White
it's- yeah.
Ferrari. White Ferrari. Who are they marketing to? I'm not gonna buy a white Ferrari just because of Frank Ocean.
Hey.
It's making art. He's not fucking marketing. You kidding me?
You can't even buy a white Ferrari. They don't make them.
Not unless you're fucking Frank Ocean.
Does he even have one?
I don't know. He probably did at some point and then threw it off a cliff because he didn't care.
No, he's got a he sing. You know, it's like all rap. You sing the song about success first, and then you get successful. Just
Yeah.
act like you already have a hit.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
It's true. Actually, no. I heard Ferrari is actually one of the stricter supercar manufacturers. They don't allow you to like modify their cars too much. Like
So, did we talk about Tesla being the third fastest car in the world?
we did.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But Deadmauss, right? That's his name.
Oh yeah.
He
Dead Mal
bought it.
5.
Deadmau 5.
Wow.
He Deadmau. the Chinese.
Yeah, Dead Mo. Yeah. Would not be a good artist to listen to.
I could see a parody account. But like he had a Ferrari and then he put a vinyl wrap over it with Nyan Cat. If you remember
Yeah,
that, the
I do.
Ferrari. Yeah, and like Ferrari just would not sell to Deadmau5 anymore. They're just like, nope, We're not letting you buy our cars because we have a specific image we want to maintain about our red cars, and you can only buy red cars. So
That's weird.
you cannot buy our cars anymore. So, and then she's like, fine. And he just bought like a Lamborghini or something. So
What
I
a
don't know if there's
scrub.
actually white Ferraris. That's the thing. Unachievable goals. Is that the
Well,
theme?
Frank Ocean was actually saying since white Ferraris don't exist, it was like blah, blah, blah.
Well, actually, I could believe that. I could believe
It's
that.
like blah blah blah.
Rarer than a white Ferrari, right? I don't know. I don't know what the lyrics for that song are. I just listened to it and I'm like, oh, that shit's cool. I don't know what
He's
it's
just like,
saying.
I'm sad. I'm like, that's cool. Good on you.
Good for you. Wait, maybe not. Keep at it, bro.
Wouldn't it be really fucked up if we were like, I'm gonna market my sadness. My sadness is what makes me famous.
Right?
Wouldn't that like
Well, that's what.
spiral like a weird success spiral?
I mean,
Like,
that's what Linkin
you get
Park
depressed
did.
about that.
That's what Linkin Park did. They found their fame in edginess, and then they stopped being edgy, and then they stopped, being popular.
famous.
Yeah.
But like you get sad over the fact that you're famous because you're sad, and then you
Oh.
get more famous because you get more sad.
Oh, okay.
Famous boy.
Okay.
Famous sad boy, Frank Ocean.
That's the vaporwave album I'm looking forward to. There we go.
Famous sad boy.
Oh.
No, that's a vaporwave album for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Speaking of exclusives, though, a certain exclusive is no longer exclusive, sort of. Halo 5 is technically on PC now. Have you heard about this?
I have heard about this, but I don't know anything about
So
it.
it's
How
really
technical is it?
certain parts of the game are in. You could play multiplayer games on PC for Halo 5 for free.
They put the Forge in it.
Yes.
Like officially.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is the rest of this official?
So what you could do is that you could there's the Forge, so you can make your maps and mess around with your maps, but you could also host multiplayer games and invite friends
In
to play.
Forge?
Yeah, in Forge, and then they could just be Slayer matches for all they care. And they're adding a server browser later, too.
That's very slow. All I care.
You were just robot and
Oh,
kind of all over the place, but
Crazy, dude. We've been talking about this. I don't know. You weren't you kind of missed this, but Max and I were talking about how the B movie, not the B movie, how
the B movie starring Jerry Seinfeld.
how Comcast bought DreamWorks, and I was talking about how DreamWorks made that trash movie, B movie, and then my internet started freaking out because my provider is Comcast, and they heard me say the B movie is trash. So now we have this running trope
The
where
movie is trash.
don't let them hear you.
Quiet.
So we have this little running joke where we can't talk shit about the B movie because Comcast is gonna
'Cause they're
get
onto
you.
you.
Yeah, they're onto you. So this is what happens. Actually, speaking of which, a little plug for Max while he's not here. Our brave little Max actually played the B movie game.
Oh my
For
goodness!
all of us.
I wonder how it was.
I didn't know that existed.
Apparently, he got motion sick to the point where he had to stop playing.
I think that's a thinly veiled excuse, but
Suck it up, Max. Keep going.
Well, talking about motion sickness,
Let's go.
VR.
Let's go.
speaking of B, yeah, go ahead.
Let's go.
Speaking of letters, V and R are also letters. And
So tell us about this.
so I work at. I don't think I've.
We haven't.
Have
gone
I
to
said
depth.
anything about the
We
VRcade
haven't-
at all
we
in
haven't-
this?
We haven't gotten to depth into this, but let's go ahead and talk about this. Yeah. I
Walk
wanna
us
hear it.
through
So-
a day in the life.
Well, this is great because we haven't talked. So you didn't get the beginning, other than me saying I was going to be on it, and working there.
Right.
And you're also getting the end because the company's out of the mall now and transitioning stupid shit. But I'll get to that.
Okay.
So VR Lab, where I worked for last month and a half, is it just it's like a VRcade, like we've talked about
Mm-hmm.
bajillion times. It's a great idea,
Freaking.
and it was a great idea.
Stole
We
our
played-
idea. Let's do our podcast.
I don't think it's quite our idea, but
No, probably not.
we just had 2 setups of HTC Vives at the mall with 2 different spaces, and people come up and we show them some games and they play them. And there's nobody that played that and said, I did not like that. Every single person was at least enjoyed it, but I would say about 40-50% of the people were like, eyes were way wider and mouths were open at the end of that, just like, holy shit, that was awesome.
How do they make money off of this, though?
Apparently not much. But okay, so the way that we've charged was $1 a minute
I see.
for 10, 20, or 30 minutes. I can just utter this in my sleep now because I've said this to as many customers as I can think of,
Right.
just at the mall. So it's 10 minutes, $10, blah blah blah. And I mean, we already owned the games and the employees. You know,
Mhm.
it's just one employee there at a time
Mhm.
for most of the time, so
Right.
it's not that expensive.
Right.
And everyone loved it that played it, but the problem was once summer ended, there was no one at the mall Monday through Friday.
Makes sense.
And the majority of our clientele was kids,
Makes sense. Yeah.
like younger than you'd expect,
Like 12, maybe.
like 7 to 12.
Whoa.
Really?
Whoa. I mean,
Yes.
honestly, getting to VR into that age is really good because your eyes could easily adjust.
Yeah, and like what was really interesting about the really young kids is sometimes if they're like 5, their brain doesn't understand. Like they just just motor skills aren't there. So when you put them the extra layer of they're playing a video game, they just have no fucking clue what's happening,
That's hilarious.
and they just
Where are
can't
my
do anything.
hands?
And it's like, so there's a game called Space Pirate Trainer.
Oh, yes.
Every tutorial I say, so there's a shield on your back, just reach over your shoulder and do that. And then I had people like take the control, like put the controller down and then reach their hand over their controller, over their back. It's like, you are a fucking idiot child. So we like banned people lower than 7 years old.
Oh man, that's funny. though.
But it's like the most popular game is Space Pirate Trainer, which is just shooting robots in the sky and dodging their bullets.
That's a good one.
Really simple and really,
Really fun.
yeah. It's just like survive as long as you can.
Mhm.
Fruit Ninja, of course, because that's on brand. I mean, just everyone knows that, and like little kids can play Fruit Ninja.
Oh yeah.
Because they just swipe their hands in front of them. I had a kid, there's like Zen mode in Fruit Ninja where it's just like 2 minutes, it throws a shit ton of fruit at you and you just try and get as many as you can
That
in 2
sounds
minutes.
so freaking like zen. Like I feel like that would be very like therapeutic at the end of the day.
Well,
At the end
it's
of a long
called
day.
Zen, but when you put a 5-year-old in it, he just puts it's like he is milking a cow, like that kind of motion. Like not the hand squeezing, but like up and down for like 5 minutes, going ah, and moving his hands like that for 5 minutes straight. And he's just like big smile on his face. That got some people to come watch the mall, see what's going on over here. I mean, it was awesome.
Appropriate.
So
And like the experiences of people like coming out of that was really really cool, and seeing how people like intuited things way more natural, like really naturally, was really interesting too.
mhm.
Just like you don't have to explain. I tried to explain like 50% of the game and then let them figure out the rest because learning is part of the fun.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really funny to just like have Steam open on 2 computers in the middle of the mall and just load up Steam and then go and put the headset on someone.
I wonder what the legality of that is, because I mean, like,
0% legal. We're definitely making a profit in other people's products.
yeah, that
It's
sounds
definitely illegal.
super sketch. So what was the deal? So what happened at the end there?
So once summer ended, no one came to the mall except for Saturdays and Sundays, which were super super busy.
Okay.
But there was days and like Thursdays where I had 4 customers all day, which is $40
That's pretty bad. yeah.
usually. That's pretty like abysmal.
Yeah.
So they decided on Thursday. I got an email saying we are ending our relationship with the Roseville Galleria Mall on Sunday,
Oh,
which yesterday Sunday.
Oh.
And I said, "Oh, I didn't know we were in trouble." And apparently, one of my coworkers found out about this ending of the relationship on Facebook before he got the email, just like the general Facebook post.
Oh wow.
Yes, that's kind of bad. But we're transitioning. I say we, like I'm not moving on Saturday.
Yeah.
But I still believe in the idea a lot. I
Right.
still believe.
It sounds awesome.
VRcade. It's really really awesome. Maybe a bit expensive, but people paid it.
Damn.
But transitioning to like just private events, where if you're doing like a birthday party or a company event,
Okay.
which I don't see that working at all. I don't know how the fuck you're gonna market that.
Dude, no. You're going to a party, right? The party's lit AF, as the kids say, right? And like,
everybody gather around. Jerry's gonna get in the. Get in
yeah,
the
no, like
bottom.
it's like you're going with your friend. You're like, dude, this party's fucking sick. They got like fucking fondue pots. They got they got VR set up,
Dude,
dude.
They got these
It's
two nerds.
it's
They got these two
literally
nerds
like a
next to
bounce
computers.
They got fucking computers, dude.
But it's just set up. It's just a party at their office. It's not go to your house and set it up.
That's super lame. That's super.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I think this is just a way of them trying to get something out because they spent so much fucking money on the rigs and the.
Come on, like I guarantee you, like at least I want I want to say at least five television shows coming out in the next 2 years, right? They're gonna have a moment where one of the characters is like, dude, they even have a Vive, or like they even have an Oculus, and then like
A VR. They're gonna call it a VR.
they even have virtual reality
my
over
God.
here, and then it pans over, right? And they have like some people like doing some weird shit on the VR headset. Like, I could definitely 100% see that happening in a TV show in the next year or two.
Totally. And Big Bang Theory, I'm sure, has done 8 episodes on
Oh
it.
Jesus, I don't know. It's not.
Exactly. I agree.
Uh,
But it was interesting. A lot of little kids. We didn't have jobs. You guys know Job Simulator?
yes.
Do you know that
Yeah,
game?
yeah.
We didn't have that on our like list of games you can play, but they're installed in the computers.
Mhm.
And a lot of kids came up and say, "Hey, do you have Job Simulator?" Like
Whoa.
5-year-olds.
I don't.
And, like, because of I learned it's a guy named like Sky Minecraft or something like that. Just like people's like, "Oh, I saw it. I saw YouTuber's name here playing it.
Yeah.
You have it?" It was crazy.
Yeah. No.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I talked to you guys about this last week, but last weekend over Labor Day weekend, I went to my uncle's house, and I have a cousin, and like it's kind of weird because I grew up with like all my cousins either being babies, or like 20 years older than me, or literally mentally incapable of talking to me, like.
Your cousins are still 20 years older than you. I hate to break it to you.
Also
That's
true.
how time works.
Also true. But the way that time also works is that now, many years later, the kids that were babies are no longer babies, and now one of my cousins is in like third grade now, and like he's just like he would just not stop talking about Minecraft to me, and I'm like this is crazy. Like he's like I was trying to enchant my sword over here, and like ride a pony, and like. And like I was like, okay, let's I'm gonna play some Minecraft with this kid, play on his the PlayStation 4, which is weird by the way that his dad bought him, right? Mm-hmm. So we're playing, and like I was just so weird for me to just like play survival mode with my cousin, and like first of all he knows more about Minecraft than I do, so I'm like wait, oh yeah, you're supposed to draw back the arrows, huh? Or
Oh my god,
dude. That was the golden age. When you could spam the arrows, that was the golden age. Yeah.
I know. Like it's cliche at this point, but it's true.
Things are better before.
Pre-hunger system was
pre 1.8.
Pre 1.8. Yeah.
I dropped off at 1.8.
I dropped off in InDev, dude.
I dropped off in the browser. Fuck all you.
Yeah, I think I dropped off around 1.8 too, actually, because hunger system sucked, dude. Screw the hunger system.
Fuck survival games.
Well, I like the original survival when I first started playing. It was pretty fun, but then survival games started getting really mainstream, and then
yeah.
Anyways, but
VR.
Yes, but yeah. I like
little kids will love the fuck out of Job Simulator.
Office.
The office is like 4 minutes from the mall.
Oh.
From the Galleria Mall. It's on Reserve Drive. I could give out the address, but I don't think I should.
Probably not. Rob them of all their VR stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they have 3 Vives in that fucking office now.
That's only 3 though. I feel like they should have.
It's godlike. Come on, 3 Vives? I would kill for 3 Vives.
I mean, yeah, but like if you're a company,
I will kill for 3 Vives.
I think if you're a company like who's like makes a living off of VR, you might want to have a couple more.
If this is a side project for them. They're a design company, and there's like 3 of them in the design company said, "Hey, we love VR. Let's fucking do this."
That's cool.
And apparently,
that's cool.
It's like. See, the company started in July, and it's already on the decline, so it didn't work out great at all, but I really, really liked it.
That sucks, though. That sucks. They're not making too much money. I wish they could, but,
When people are there at the mall, they make money, but not enough people are there Monday through Friday.
They just need better business people at that point, I think.
Well, that's why they're trying to get something offsite, I think, because just tell people to come to our store is different than tell people to come to our little kiosk at the mall.
Yeah.
That is hard. I have to admit, does reduce the legitimacy.
So they're actually opening up an actual arcade then.
Yeah, and that's VR.
That's pretty dope. Yeah. VR arcades and more probably non-profitable ideas coming out of the Data Break podcast. Ambitious,
like wireless fingers.
Wireless thumbs. Thank you very much.
Sorry, not a finger.
Very opposable. Let me tell you, no more opposable. No longer opposable. Wirelessly opposable. Ooh, WIPO. That's the name of the system that we're using.
WIPO, please.
WIPO.
Wi-Fi.
WIPO. Yeah. It's pretty good. Wirelessthumbs.io.
Oh no. Somehow I don't understand. I don't understand the fad. I just don't get why anyone would want wireless thumbs.
Dude, let me tell you, once you start using them, you can't live without them. Sure, you have to charge them every night, but
You don't need them when you're sleeping. It's fine.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What do you use your thumbs for when you're sleeping?
Let's not talk about that.
What do you mean?
You got some weird thumb jerk off? What's happening here? What
Hey.
are you insinuating?
Hey, like, it's bad for babies not to have their thumbs when they're sleeping. It's like,
What?
Because they suck on their thumbs, I guess? I don't know. Never mind.
When you're sleeping?
Well, I don't know.
What is
Alright.
this shit?
It's very bad ideas coming out of the Data Break podcast.
Well, I think that hopefully, as long as they're released for a price point under $50.
Under 160, you mean?
Gotcha.
Under
Oh,
159?
Yeah, I know 160.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. What else do we have? I think that's about it as far as topics go. I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else that's been happening out in the world.
I don't know of anything else that's been happening out of the world. College has kept me busy.
Good. Being busy is good.
I agree.
I feel pretty, responsible. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my coworkers are both like, even though we're both student workers, both my coworkers are like significantly older than me, at least from our view. Like, I'm 19, I'm not even 20 yet, and my coworkers are both like 24. So like, it's kind of strange, but like, it's kind of cool just hanging out with them because they're like, I feel older around them. Okay, I think that's pretty good for this week. So it's about time we check out. But before we do, what have you been checking out?
Always good
Ravenstorm.
timeline.
All right. So this week I have sort of been realizing that my time that I have to spend recreationally is kind of short. And so I've been keeping myself even more busy with new hobbies. I took up watercolor painting, and
Wait, so your time is short, so you're doing more things?
Yeah, gotta do.
I'm doing more
do
things. That's
do
how
more.
it works. Because if I spend like an hour a day doing something that's new and engaging that I have to wrap my head around, it feels a lot better than just sitting down to the same old thing. Like, I dug this old violin that I've had for a while out from under my bed.
You had a
Still
violin?
can't stand the sound of my playing, but I gotta get better. I have to get
That's
better.
the spirit. Cool. Any movies or films or books or things you consumed or produced?
I'm reading a book called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel, I think his name's Kahneman. He's a Nobel Prize winner in economics, and the book is about basically the intrinsic biases that people have, and it really points out how unavoidable our biases are. It's really fascinating, kind of dry, admittedly, but it's an
Economists are not
thing.
well known for their wit and humor.
Yeah. It's pretty good. He uses a lot of little examples and demonstrations that you can just do in your head to show you just how screwed up your thinking is. And my mind is blown by that book pretty much every 20 pages or so. So it's a good investment of time, I think. And it's helped me to kind of understand how I work a little bit better, which I think is productive on the whole. Let's see, what else have I been doing?
Watching any movies or TV shows?
Reinstalled MGS5. I'm watching
boy.
Mad Men now.
Ooh.
How far are you
show.
into it? That is my favorite TV show. So.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. We can talk about this. Okay, so I'm a couple seasons in now.
Okay.
I think I'm in season 3. And I really like it in that it's immersive. There isn't a lot of anachronism that I can spot, and it's very period accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate
Set design, and it changes from season to season. They actually move forward in the decades.
Yep.
And they have to redesign everything.
They just redecorated their house in a more 60s, or no, yeah, a more 60s way, and they're talking about people going off to Vietnam now. I think it's really pretty interesting.
Excuse me. In that economy at that time, no one would have been able to afford to redecorate
If
their
you
house.
work as an advertising man on
No,
Madison Avenue,
he was a Manhattan ad man, so he
Oh,
does.
never mind.
He's the
Never
rare
mind.
exception.
Never mind.
Hmm.
My immersion has been restored. My
Good.
sense of presence has been restored.
presence of VR Madmen. We'll get right into
Oh,
Don
that-
Draper's pores.
Is that the title of this week's podcast? VR Mad Men.
Please no.
I disagree. I think the VR titles are overused.
Probably.
Yeah, we need to.
Oh wait, no. This
back
week's
away
podcast title is Wireless Thumbs. What the hell am I talking
Wireless-
about?
yeah.
Sorry.
It can't be anymore. You can't talk about the title of the episode.
Ah,
It's got to come up very naturally.
that's true. That's true.
As natural as this conversation is.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I love Mad Men. It's like. Is it just like a soap opera essentially? But it's not dramatic, like
I
super
think it's
dramatic.
Interesting in that it's more like looking into people's lives than anything else.
It's all characters, very little story, and it's
Yeah.
not very crazy.
the opposite of a sitcom.
Yeah.
Like it's mostly not comical, and they're mostly they aren't put in situations. They just kind of.
It's so restrained that occasionally they do crazy shit, and it really shocks you when they do crazy
Yeah, like
shit.
okay, so recently
Lawnmower?
lawnmower, dude.
You got to that?
Okay, so there's a scene where the
Spoiler
okay, so-
alert.
Okay, yeah, spoiler alert.
Season 2 episode of Mad Men came out like 4,000 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So, the ad firm for which Don Draper works is bought by this British company, and the British send over a representative to sort of take over for this other representative that they had. And as he's there, they're throwing a party, and one of the account guys just brought in John Deere as an account, and he brought a lawnmower into the office. And one of the secretaries is driving it. She runs over the British guy's foot. Blood spatters everywhere, and it's just a very surreal moment in an otherwise very, I think, as you said,
It's everyone
restrained.
celebrating and having a party and making out and all this crazy shit, and then just fuck you. This guy ran over someone's foot.
Yep.
It's just it's
It's
real good. There's a couple of really good moments like that.
They do
There's like
they do
3
vomit scenes
total.
really well. They do vomit scenes really well.
Yeah. And yeah, and fashion wise, I love it
Mm-hmm.
because that's me, and
That's
that
the-
show got me into advertising, which kind of pushed me towards my career path. So that's kind of crazy
Oh.
too. But
I was inspired by Don Draper's quiet desperation.
I was inspired by misogynism. It really got me onto my career path.
It's called
Anyway.
Mad Men. I mean,
Angry
The
Man.
way that Cooper never wears his shoes really inspired me.
Yep. There's one of the senior, basically one of the partners at the firm he works at. He's adopted some customs from across the world, and one of the things he does is he makes everyone take off their shoes before they enter the office, which to me is so familiar because I'm part of an Asian family, and so that makes sense to me. But they always talk about it like it's something exotic, and it's really kind of funny.
It's because it's 1955.
Right. Yeah, we just bombed those people.
I have this now. This is mine. I made this.
Anyway, yeah, but that's what I've been doing.
cool.
Echo. I don't know who's echoing, but I hear it.
I hear something.
That's what I've been doing.
Oh my god. Cool. Taylor, how about you?
Did you guys talk about No Man's Sky at all?
I haven't talked about No Man's Sky at all,
I'm the only person who's played it then? Is that what that means?
as far as I know.
I've heard a little bit about it, and I don't have an opinion on it really because I haven't.
Okay.
played it.
I don't
played
want
it-
to think about it.
I played it for
honestly.
like 10 hours.
Okay.
I have a generally positive, but that's a very, very like specific case because I didn't hype this game up at all in any way. It was just like, oh, it's cool. Oh, it's cool. Oh, it's out. Oh, people don't like it. Oh, okay. And I played it, and I knew why people didn't like it. It was just very, very shallow. The phrase like deep or big as an ocean, deep as a puddle was
Right.
thrown around a ton which is
Yeah.
absolutely true. But for what it is, it was very relaxing Zen-like experience of like, I'm going to go to this planet, I'm going to mine these rocks, and I'm not actually. The thing about the game that most scared me initially was it's a survival game.
Oh.
That's what it's categorized as. But the survival elements of it are more like maintenance than actually like worrying about it.
Okay.
So that's just like, here's the thing to do. So I'm gonna go to this planet, get a few resources. This planet looks cool. Oh, that monster looks cool. All right, moving on. And it became this way that I just listened to new albums, a lot of different ambient music and post-rock music that really just like, this is the way I'm gonna listen to this music. This is my visualizer for music.
That sounds pretty
that's
cool.
cool.
Of like, all right, ambient makes sense because you're not doing anything in the game, and post-rock makes sense because it's just soundtrack for everything. That's what post-rock is.
Right.
So it just became the vehicle to listen to new albums and new types of music that I'd never really get in the mindset for, because it's hard to like, all right, here I go listening to ambient music. You know,
Right,
it's hard to just sit down and listen to ambient music unless you're like just having enough of a task. Like the game gives you just enough of a task to keep your mind occupied, and really good visuals to pair with the music.
It looks pretty for sure.
So it worked really, really well for that. And it was a really cool experience. It was like I was naming every planet I was on, the album I was listening to at the time I went to that planet. So I can like
Nice.
go back and relive that same exact experience I had the first time I went to that planet.
Clever.
And then like different animals. It was just really fucking cool for like the 10 hours. I know if you're trying to get to the center of the universe and it takes 30 or 40 hours, you're probably going to get real fucking sick of it. But the thing about video games is you can tailor it to the experience that you want to enjoy it the most.
Tailor it.
So the fact that it takes 40 hours to get to the center of the universe and the ending sucks doesn't matter, because I have the set of tools that I can use to enjoy it in my special way.
It's really interesting that the way you use music to enjoy the video game. I would like to. I'd love to see more video games take a more serious approach to implementing not just their music from their soundtrack into the game, but also the users, user inputted music into the game. Because
That's the thing I've been all about this year. Like for Devil Dagger,
yeah, that's a great.
Doom sludge metal.
That was
like
awesome.
Godlike.
Listening to that album, like you recommended in your
Dope Thrown
review.
by Electric Wizard. By the way.
Yes, Dope Thrown by Electric Wizard, and like playing that while playing Devil Daggers was freaking awesome. Like when the night I bought it, and like I put on the album on YouTube in another tab, right? And I started playing. I'm like, dude, this is freaking awesome. And then my roommate, like, he's like, what's going on? And he's like, dude, play this. Check this out. It's freaking awesome. And we just take turns playing Devil Daggers and trying to beat each other's score. And it's just like the most amazing experience. It's just like,
Yeah.
And like we're just getting hyped up about it. We're like, oh. I mean, Dope Throne, it's not super hype-ish, but
Yeah, it fits perfectly
Hype
for that.
metal. Yeah.
it's not even hype, but
Isn't
like
that just
we create them
grindcore?
hype. It just like felt super cool. Like you
Or
like you
Easy
felt
Core is hype metal.
hype metal.
You guys know what Easy Core is?
No,
It is party metal.
that's
Look
kind
up.
of weird.
It's terrible. It's like the same like kind of, oh, I'm fucking bitches and I'm drinking a lot and I'm having a great time. I'm very successful. Kind of that kind of rap, but it's metal. It's not even rapping, but it's like that kind of lyrics.
Ew.
It's party metal. It's really terrible. It's called Easy Core. Yeah,
Let's not. Yeah.
that's not a good pairing for No Man's Sky, I'd say.
Okay.
But yeah, I really big part of music for me is a lot of my playlists are like different types of moods, and pairing music to moods and situations. I really, really enjoy that. It's really satisfying to try and soundtrack my life in different ways.
Interesting.
So yeah, and then
Cool.
No Man's Sky gave me another avenue to try and soundtrack my life.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent. Anything else you've been checking out? I know it's been a while, so I'm sure you have a lot to play. Or
I'm sure I have played a lot of like nothing new, but I played a lot and done a lot, but I can't think of anything right now. I'm just getting ready to move for college, and that's been the main thing. I wrote
Understandable.
down every single thing I own, and I own 190 things.
That's not bad.
101 of those are record-related things.
how do you compartmentalize that? Like your computer, do you own every individual component, or
Let
do
me
you
go to
say this is my
Google
computer?
Docs. Oh, just computer. If it's like I own a Q key, a W key, an E key, like you can't do that. That's a bad road to go down.
Right.
It's not minimalist.
It just reductify everything. Just reduce everything. Yeah.
The way I categorized it was clothes, records related, desk related, bed related, etc. Those are the 5 categories.
Okay, understandable. That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a crazy person for doing that.
Well, so
writing down everything you own is not a thing most people would do.
maybe. Oh, it's good
Unless you want to.
It's good to catalog.
Show your minimalist peen.
Email is peen. I don't know. I think it's a good thing that people should do, just like to keep track of, like, just be aware of how much they have and just how much they consume. I think it's a good thing.
I just love categorizing shit.
Oh,
I
It's
really
really
don't know
satisfying for me.
how
There's
applicable
a
that is to
dictator
everyone's
for you.
life. I think that's only if you need to reduce.
sorry. Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that, Ravenstorm?
Sorry. I think that maybe that's better suited for people who have excess in their lifestyle already, like, and not so much for like a general practice. I think writing down the things you have might be a little bit unhealthy if you
obsess over it, perhaps. Yeah.
yeah. Like I know that some minimalist people are like, you gotta own under 100 things.
No, the arbitrary number is bad. It's whatever makes you the most happy.
Exactly. It defeats the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just layering another.
But when you're looking at other people's lives, it's really easy to go, wow, this guy owns a laptop, 2 pairs of jeans, 3 t-shirts, and a backpack.
But
that's amazing.
But why is that amazing? I don't understand.
Because of it's hard to understand how someone can be happy with that little stuff.
What's amazing is how someone could be happy and not own, like, underwear.
Yeah,
you didn't mention underwear.
Well, I'm sure maybe he's got like netting in his jeans, like it's some drugs.
That's kind of gross.
But yeah, it's really interesting to figure out how someone can be happy with that little stuff, and to really actually show you that you could. I know it doesn't make you as happy, but you could live with less stuff. It's a lot of times it feels like you can't, and looking at other people's lives gives you an interesting perspective on that. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get rid of all that shit. I like all the things I have. It's different lifestyles for different people, but it's interesting to see how, like, objectively, or not objectively, academically, someone could live like that.
Yeah, I could definitely see, like, how much. I could definitely respect different people who, like, lead different lives. I mean, if you need all these things to make your life work the way it does, that's also pretty cool. Like studying complexity is also on the flip side, studying complexity is also really interesting. Like, imagine watching that person that's just, like, really in tune, and they have everything, like, perfectly timed, and like they're like, okay, and then they have perfectly organized and perfectly timed. That's also on the other side of the picture an interesting thing to study. It's cool. That's cool to know.
Yeah. Do you guys like organizing stuff? 'Cause I've gotten into that recently.
I've become, like, a habitual, like, I stress clean a lot. That's something.
That's a good habit. If you're gonna do something stress, instead of eating a bucket of ice cream, cleaning.
Stress cleaning is I do stress clean on occasion, because I value my time a lot these days, right? So, Friday night especially, I know a lot of people like to party on Friday nights and all that, but, like, sometimes on Friday nights I'll just be cleaning a lot because I want to enjoy my weekend to the fullest, and I'll enjoy it more if I wake up in a completely clean apartment, and that just feels really great.
Instead of having that guilt about your apartment being dirty all the time.
But I just really value my time on the weekend, so, like, I don't want to have to wake up and say, oh, I have all these chores to do or whatever on the weekend. Instead I could just, like, oh, great, everything's good to go. I'm ready to start my weekend and get things done, or enjoy my weekend. I prefer to have a full day to do everything as opposed to just shipping it out throughout the day. Enjoy my Friday night and then not enjoy my Saturday morning. I'd rather have to enjoy the full Saturday and whatever. Speaking of Saturdays that I enjoyed, I have not enjoyed my past Saturday or past week really. My roommate discovered bed bugs.
I thought that was gonna be a Deus Ex Mankind Divided transition.
No. I love Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I'll talk
Okay.
about that in a bit. But my roommate discovered bed bugs in our apartment.
Yeah.
This is if you've ever had bed bugs, it's a nightmare.
The house I'm moving into is bed bugs.
No way.
They had bed bugs before they moved into it, and they've been living there like 2 months.
That's horrible.
And they're trying to the fucking
Exterminator.
exterminate. They like the management company has been weird, and they're finally getting it fumigated like the next 3 days, starting like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's just like they have to leave the house, and I don't know if they're putting a tent over it or anything, but bed bugs fucking suck. They are hard to get rid of, James.
Yes, I am aware of that. So far, I have not seen any in my room personally, so I feel okay, but not
Put some
safe,
plastic
but okay.
bags in the door.
No, I have plastic.
Make sure they can't get through.
So this past week, I've been just like.
Just don't lay in your roommate's bed. Also.
That's also a good idea. Like this, when I first heard of this, I started freaking out. Right, I started freaking out, and I actually like temporarily moved a lot of my things to my friend's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what your thing your talk about cataloging things got me thinking about, because a couple of weeks before this, I was talking about I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we were talking about like places that we're living in, and I'm like, man, I really like my place. I'd hate to have to move out. It'd be such a hassle. And then here I am next week, like trying to get everything out.
Man.
But the thing is, though, is you can't move everything out because you don't know if it's infected or not. So
yeah,
right.
I just kind of have to just stay put. But like, I did try temporarily moving my computer stuff, and as I was doing it, I was like, wow. I mean, like it was like a mixture between, wow, I have a lot of accessory like peripherals for my computer. Like I have my speakers, my sound card, my headphones, and my 3 monitors. I'm like, wow, I have a lot of stuff. But at the same time, when it came down to it, like my computer fit in my backpack, and then I could hold my monitors, and then all my peripherals fit in a box. So I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I know a lot of people would just get by with a laptop, but
that's not a lot of people. You got a very specific life for that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what your talk got me thinking about. So yeah, I've been had to deal with that, and then on top of that, last Saturday, I woke, like it was a long week, right? Having to deal with scheduling the appointment for the exterminator and all that stuff, and it's just like, oh man, it's been a rough week. But I go to bed on Friday night thinking, okay, whew, I thought you guys got away from me for a sec.
You just like roboted, and then your voice went in fast motion to catch back up to where you were.
That's interesting. Thankfully, I think it records locally, so we'll be okay.
Okay.
But what I was saying was that like I went to bed on Friday night and like, wow, it's been a long week, but at least Saturday morning I could wake up and have my weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up at around a little bit before 8 a.m. just in time to see the power go out.
Good.
And a transformer was like broke or something, and power was out from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. that day. So
wow,
it was just like, oh, okay. It's like icing on the cake. It's like, okay.
Fuck
but
this week.
but when I'm not dealing with all that stuff, I've been playing a lot of Deus Ex.
Okay, so that was a segue.
I don't think it was.
No. Do you have any questions about Deus Ex? Okay?
How divided is mankind?
They're very divided on the issue.
On the issue of cyber race relations?
Yes. Well, mostly just cyber people. It's kind of heavy-handed, and it's very obvious what they're alluding to, apartheid and ghettos and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. Thinking about it, like about transhumanism and stuff like that. Every once in a while, they you have to do a lot of thinking yourself. They don't really do the thinking for you.
They got an augmentation for that.
Yeah, definitely. But the game is just really well built as far as gameplay goes. Like you could explore everywhere. Like when you're playing a video game and you kind of like trying to find ways to break the game by like trying to go out of bounds and stuff. Like Deus Ex just keeps giving it to you. There's still places to go. You're like, what if I try to break in here? And they're like, sure, go ahead. You'll find more stuff to go through.
Nice.
And
nice.
I just like I ended up actually it was kind of like a double-edged sword where like I broke into so many places to the point where like I've accidentally progressed in a story where I shouldn't have,
Huh.
which is kind of bad game design in my opinion. You should
Yeah.
probably kind of base it around, expecting the player to do everything beforehand.
Well,
But
in Far Cry 2, you could light the entire map on fire.
uh-huh.
So if you lit the map on fire in a way and this wildfire spread, it could kill the final boss without even you seeing it or knowing that
Wow.
it existed.
Wow, that's
Which
cool.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. But the game itself is just really well played, well made, and the detail and the cyberpunk aesthetic is really good. It's a little too bleak, and I kind of miss the yellow hue from Human Revolution.
Hmm.
But everything plays really nicely. It's very smooth. Looks great.
You can just put on your gunners.
Yeah, I should. But a lot of someone mentioned on like some comment thread or like yesterday, I think, that like the yellow hue in Human Revolution represented like the golden age of augmentations and the future, whereas Human Revolution is a little bit more bleak, so they take that away,
Okay.
You said
which is kind of cool.
Wait.
He-Man
Rev-
Mankind Divided is more bleak.
Divided is more bleak.
Yeah, than Human Revolution.
Okay, I can understand that color symbolism. Good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Stories is fine. The side missions are great. Writing is okay, but there's some good humor in there. Like I think I mentioned this on the last podcast, so I guess I did talk about it before. But I break into this lady's room and to free her, and the lady's like, "Wait, no, you can't just take me away. Like you have to make sure you have to stop all this abuse that's going on around here." Like you have to get rid of these guys somehow, and then Adam Jensen, the main character, is like, "What? Do I look like I go around shooting people?" And the lady looks at him blankly, like, "Yes." And he was like, Adam Jensen, like the character motion and like the character animation is kind of bad, but it's just good enough to the point where it's kind of funny the way they move around.
What they're going for?
I don't know, but it was really funny because like the animation's obviously bad and you can't tell you can't see his facial expression, but he obviously looks like upset. Even though like you can't see his eyes or anything, like just his body motions just like very upset looking and almost like kind of like over the top upset, even though like his voice and his face say otherwise. But he's like, "I like to think that there's other ways," kind of like he feels a little offended by her remark. Yeah, I mean, small stuff like that's kind of cool. The stealth is amazing, and like, there's this one level that's basically just a playground for stealth players, where like, you literally just like, all right, this is a very secure bank, try to get in, and then I spent like about 3 hours of my day trying to like break into this bank, and it's awesome. It was pretty cool. There's another game mode that, aside from the story mode, called Breach, which is basically levels that you could try to like. Level design is really important in Deus Ex. Trying to navigate through all the vents and killing enemies from certain angles and stuff like that, and try to sneak around. And I really like that, but I don't want to have to go through the whole story just to get to a certain level that I want to play through like a dozen different times. So Breach is like a way of being able to just jump into different levels and like play certain scenarios without all the cyberpunk aesthetic, which I kind of like, but I also kind of miss. If that makes sense. It's like in Breach, it's like just polygons. It's kind of weird, but it looks cool. You're a VR hacker.
Do you think you could listen to Vaporwave while playing this game?
No.
What about
The Breach maybe. Breach maybe. The Breach part of the game is maybe because.
What about like Nine Inch Nails or something?
I don't know. Like I don't know what I would listen to when playing Deus Ex. I'd probably listen to like Tron, the Tron soundtrack.
But that's too glitzy and happy and.
The Tron soundtrack's pretty like dark and brutish. Sometimes.
Okay, guy.
Okay. I don't know what I would listen to. I kind of just let it be. I don't listen to music while I play.
You should not listen to Let It Be. I don't think that would work very well.
No. Let's Let It Go, I think. I play Overwatch, and I play May, and I just play Let It Go.
You guys.
See, that'd be great. That'd be a great experience. You play like Christmas songs while playing May or something. It's the most wonderful. Like that'd be great.
That's pretty good.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
By the way, someone actually did they actually sang the I missed the Genji rap. Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved every bit of it. But yeah, so yeah, also I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. So And then one last thing, or last two things, is
I haven't
watched
seen you on lately.
I know I played
I
last
haven't
night.
seen you on at all.
I'll try to find time today, maybe if I can. I don't know if you have you guys watched Kubo and the Two Strings yet? Kubo and the Two Strings. It's the Leica Films production, so like
Say
stop
that
motion.
again?
Kubo and the Two Strings.
I've not seen
I
that.
haven't seen it.
Oh, it's good. There's a guy named Hanzo in the film, so look out for that. It's a good film. I've been watching Mr. Robot a lot lately, and I've been playing Star Citizen. Taylor, have you
The
heard
sequel to No Man's Sky.
of the sequel to No Man's Sky? Yeah, no. Have you heard the term emergent gameplay?
Yes.
Like where players create their own experiences?
Yeah, player story.
Yeah. Like we've had a couple of times when we've done that, right? Like in
MGS5.
or
We
like
talk about it a lot.
oh yeah, I suppose yeah. But like when we play like the Division, I guess it's a good example where we like kind of had our own little experiences.
Yeah.
Like I just really like emergent gameplay because like those are my most memorable times. Watching you cower in a cave while a monster from Evolve hunted you down
Yeah.
like lamb to the slaughter was pretty great and memorable. So like I really like emergent gameplay, and Star Citizen is like full of that. Like I'll just give you guys a quick example where my brother and I were kind of like wandering around a space station where all the players were like hanging out, and on one of the landing pads we see a ship that we really like. Like we've had our eye on this ship, and we were debating on whether or not we should upgrade our ships to that. And it costs real money, by the way. So we were like, I'll put in $40, you put in $30, and then we'll upgrade that ship. And we were like, oh, well, and then so some guy has this ship that we really like landed. So we were like, oh, let's go check it out. And you know, as we get closer to it, we're like, oh, maybe no one's there. So we sneak into the ship because you could do that. You can sneak into other players' ships. And then we go in, and then some guy's like, who's there? And we're like,
It's your neighbor.
I don't know. Like, hi, how's it going? And the guy's like, he does like a complete 180. He's like, oh, welcome to Easy Taxi. How may I help you? Where do you want to go? And this player, like, this is like a guy sitting in front of a computer is like our taxi, and he like serves as our taxi. And he's like, where do you guys want to go? And we like, take us to this place, please. And we're like, no problem. And he just like takes us to the space station. It was just like a really weird experience where just like, we just wandered into a taxi, a space taxi. Stuff like that's kind of like really interesting to me. I expect a lot more of that when the game gets more fleshed out. But so far, I really like it.
This game.
It's good. I'll let you guys know when there's a free weekend, and we could all get together and try out some ships and have some fun.
Hey.
Because they do free weekends where you could just try out the full game for free and check out some ships.
Nice.
I think that's it for me. I don't know if you guys have any closing thoughts before we go. Before this podcast shuts us down.
Tell we shut it down for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Podcast. Okay. Yeah. Anything from you, Taylor Ravenstorm?
Can't think of anything.
All right, cool. Good time to close out then. Thank you for listening. This week's outro and intro, as every week's outro and intro, provided to you by Grant Webster. His SoundCloud link is in the video description. If you want to check out our Twitter, you can follow me at the James Lee, Taylor at T Kelsey. You can check us out over at addendum.com. We haven't had any articles recently, but I'm just going to try to get a couple up. I always say that, but
We're always trying to get it up.
yeah, I'm trying. I'm not succeeding, but I'm trying.
I haven't had many opinions in a while, so.
Oh,
I
and
haven't
we're
written
echoing.
anything.
Also, we're echoing, but we'll try to get there. We'll try to get out of that real soon.
That's okay.
So
Check us out anyway.
yeah.
James died.
And I think that's it. Taylor's YouTube link is in the video description, and if you want to check out his videos, he played the B movie game. Like, you have to watch that. Also, he made me cry in laughter when he was playing Rust. Like, it's actually really hilarious. You guys have to watch it. Without further ado, thank you for listening. On behalf of Ravenstorm, Taylor, and myself, we'll see you next time.